You never know when you'll fall through a hole in the floor. Now this area has a couple notorious monsters in it, but they're both Yagudo, and they're both mission NPCs as opposed to your more standard randomly spawned notorious monster. This one's Imon the Iron Breaker, and if I were to kill him, he'd drop a mission item, somewhat like a quest item, but for a mission instead of a quest. It's for a Windurstian mission, and if you turn it in along with the one dropped by the second NPC, then it'll help you complete a mission. Now what I'm going to do for the end part of this for the next part of this video is I'm going to cut directly to the interior of the Horatoto Tower so that we can see what one of those are like. Back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. I've just zoned into the Horatoto Towers. This is the inner Horatoto Towers, and we'll run around in here. Slightly different selection of monsters in this tower, where outside you'd have crawlers and birds, inside you have bats. Perhaps goblins as well. There are some goblins outside, but there are more Yagudo. This whole tower area has a very old feel to it, because it is a very old tower. I think they did a good job. It's a goblin thug. Okay, I chose specifically this Horatoto Tower because it leads into other areas. Most of the Horatoto Towers have these ancient magical gizmos in them. That's actually their name, Ancient Magical Gizmo. And some of the missions for Windurst involve recharging mana orbs using these ancient magical gizmos. Nope, this is not the way I wanted to go. It's on the other side. Let's look at the map for this section of the tower. Quite small, as you can see, but there is a lot of the tower that is not detailed on the maps, like this. It's a secret door. And as you can see, we're off the map. Oh, can't go that way. What is this way? It's another big door. Now, this door has to do with some missions, and I'm not Windurstian, so I can't get in there, I don't think. But if you're Windurstian, remember that spot. It'll become important. Let's see if we can find one of the other hidden doors in this area. Doo-doo, doo-doo-doo. All the goblins are ignoring me. More goblins and ancient magical gizmos. You may occasionally find a grenade type monster in here. They have the ability to blow up, so be careful around those. Okay, now we're into the caverns underneath the tower. And we have more bats. This area has a specific type of monster in it that is kind of in demand. I can't remember what the notorious monster's name is here, but I remember where it's located, so let's see if we can find it. Okay, here's the map for this area. More bats, more goblins, and magical bones. Here's the typical skeletal creatures in the game. Now, as I was saying earlier, the Yugudo are one of the reasons they're mad at the Tarutaru is that the Tarutaru built the Horototo Towers, which is slowly draining the land of magical energy. And while that's not the only reason that there's strife between the two, for the most part the Yugudo are more or less thugs no matter what. So they put the pressure on the Tarutaru because they view them as being weak. And oh, there's a grenade. And in this specific area, it's named a balloon, but it is a grenade type monster. More magical bones over there. Let's look at the map again. Almost there. So the Yugudo are pretty much just thugs anyway, but in that one instance, they may have a valid point. Okay, right now there's basically just goblins over here, but there's a chance that you might have a more powerful monster spawn there. Or is it over here? Once again, we are off the map. No, it's not over here. This spot becomes important later on as well. I'm not going to say much about it, but hey, remember there's something over off the map here. But it looks like the monster I was looking for is not currently spawned in, so we will move on, because there are other interesting things to see here. Now, in many cases you may go into an area where you don't have a map. Most of the initial adventure areas, the maps are available for sale in each of the starting cities. So if you're Bastokian and you don't have a map for a Windurst area, you can basically go into town and purchase it. Other maps are available through questing, so if you find yourself in an area that you don't have the map for and you can't find it in a town, chances are you need to do something specific to get it. More bats. Okay, we're almost there. This area has beetles as well. Beetles have a special attack called Power Attack, so if you're level appropriate for this area, kind of be careful. Those beetles hit really hard. There's another grenade type creature. A bat battalion. A lot of monster names are attempts to be funny. Like in some areas you may find an acro bat. More beetles, more bats. Almost there. More goblins. These are the more heavily armored goblin model. And here we are. Another Horototo Tower-like construction. Looks like another player's in this area as well. More goblins. We're just progressing directly through. You can see there's some doors on the walls.